Some Canadian inmates say the smoking ban in federal prisons infringes on their rights. Plus, the loonie's looking pretty shiny as the Canadian dollar rises even closer to parity. We'll have details next in National News.
The Prime Minister spoke exclusively to Global News about the important matters on the minds of Canadians today. Now we take a closer look at some of the issues brought up in the interview and how they will affect you. That's tomorrow at 6, only on the News Hour.
This global program is brought to you in part by 96.3 Capital FM with Rob and Audie's $1 Million Birthday Game tomorrow morning at 7:15.
We should go to Sally's Halloween party dressed up as a couple. You think of something then.
Those are awesome costumes! Thanks, man. Totally my idea.
Tim Hortons Always Fresh Coffee and Donuts, like the Pumpkin Spice Donut. Together now just $1.99. Always a great value.
What you're looking at is a world-class luxury crossover. 8-passenger luxury. 5-star crash safety ratings. The best highway fuel efficiency rating. And introducing the 60-day satisfaction guarantee. If you don't love it, return it. Simple as that. The 2010 Enclave, the luxury crossover from Buick. See your Buick dealer today.
Goodbye. Goodbye to dinner plate stick handling. To stalemates. To the dog eating more dinner than the kids. Goodbye to discovering your children didn't eat their veggies after all. Hello, delicious. Let your creative side come to life with meals your family will love with VH sauces, stir fries, and dips. Open the possibilities.
Kevin's in the newsroom. A lot of shots on Habib Boulin in his old building.
Yeah, you better believe that. That was the CLAC and the Maple Leaf Athletic Club then, CAC. So we'll have the final score of that game. But yeah, you're right, Jen. Nikolai Habibulin got the start against his former team tonight in Chicago. The Hawks outshot the Oilers 16-6 in the first. Jack Skilly scores on the rebound to break a 1-1 tie. It was 2-1 after 20 minutes. Third period, 3-1 the score. Oilers get a lucky one. Dustin Penner behind the net banks it in off Nicholas Hjalmarsson. At first it was waved off, then they allowed it, so it was 3-2. But that's as close as the Oilers would get. 4-3 the final tonight. We'll have the rest of the NHL story. Update the Eskimos as they get ready for Toronto on Friday. And the AJ and Midget wrap a bit later in sports. Jen.
All right, see you soon, Kevin.
Very good then.
The Canadian dollar is enjoying increased value, up another full cent today. Our loonies now just 2.5 cents away from meeting the American dollar. There are always upsides and downsides when the dollar gets this high. Shirley Engo looks at both sides of the coin.
This Ottawa travel agency is preparing for a flood of holiday bookings down south.
Most of the prices are in Canadian, but it's their pocket money and other little things, but it's the psychology.
But the loonies' flight comes at a cost. While Canadian exporters brace for more trade deficits, the tourism deficit is also a concern.
I just came back from a conference in China. It's really all those countries are suffering because of the lack of American tourism.
The better the economy gets, the deeper the U.S. dollars dive. While the Dow Jones reached 10,000 for the first time in a year today and gold hit another record high, the greenback sank to a 13-month low against the loonie and other key currencies.
I think it'll be a trend decline in the U.S. dollar, which will give upward pressure on the Canadian currency that will not be offset this time around by really record high commodity prices.
That's led to concerns less Americans will open their wallets at home or abroad this holiday shopping season. U.S. retail sales dropped 1.5% last month, the biggest slump since last Christmas. Aggressive marketing campaigns will soon get underway to woo us as well.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get my passport today so I can go down there.
Yeah, I would definitely shop in the States.
that make me a bad person.
At least one Canadian retail giant is banking on loonies staying put. Future Shop hiring 5,000 more staff to handle an expected 25 million customers this Christmas.
I don't feel it being a threat. I feel that we're optimistic going into the holiday season. We're ready to go.
Coming back on the 30th.
And not everyone is flocking south. Wary of the loonies' rise, June Diamond just booked a trip to visit relatives out west.
I'd like it just to stay where it was. I mean, when it starts going up, well, it's wonderful for everybody else, I guess, but I'm not so sure about me.
Shirley Engel, Global News, Ottawa.
Nova Scotia Mounties are searching the hard drives of computers seized from former Bishop Raymond Lougheed's home and office in Nova Scotia. The searches are connected to the child pornography charges he faces in Ottawa. Unmarked police vehicles from the RCMP Internet Child Exploitation Unit were parked at the former bishop's home.
In Antigonish, 2 computers and some external hardware was received and being brought back for analysis. Today in Sydney, 1 computer was seized.
Last month, border agents at the Ottawa airport searched Lougheed's laptop and found what police say are pornographic images of children. The RCMP isn't saying why it took this long to conduct the Nova Scotia searches, only that it was acting on information obtained from Ottawa police. Lougheed's next court appearance in Ottawa is scheduled for early November. Nova Scotia RCMPs say they'll examine evidence they found from their searches there and determine whether to lay additional charges. A group of inmates is challenging the smoking ban in federal prisons. Corrections Canada brought in a total ban in May of 2008, the last workplace in Canada to do so. Inmates are not allowed to smoke inside or outside. Lawyer Julius Gray is representing 19 inmates, arguing the ban goes against their rights, constituting cruel and unusual treatment. Many prisoners say they fear for their safety as fellow inmates become more aggressive due to nicotine deprivation.
The penalty is the incarceration. It is not the additional pain that we can inflict on them during that period.
Each of the inmates in the lawsuit says they've had trouble quitting smoking, complaining of insomnia, stress, and aggression. Organizers of the 2010 Winter Olympics unveiled their transportation plan today. Vancouver is the largest city ever to host a Winter Games. Transportation is expected to be a major issue. The plan calls for a 30% reduction of vehicle traffic in both Vancouver and Whistler. Residents and visitors will have to use public transit to reach all Olympic events. Planners say they will follow the 2006 Turin Games and use police checkpoints to limit traffic headed to and from Whistler. Speaking of Vancouver, we can see that 15 there, and we're heading in that direction.
In that direction, and that's in a way where it's often where our weather comes from the west, but we're starting to get a little bit of a southerly influence as well, and that's where our warmer temperatures are coming from. Vancouver has been, all of the west coast has been getting quite a bit of rain, but they're going to start to clear up a little bit, and so are we as well. And we've been looking at really pretty much winter conditions, unusual for us at this time of the year. People are making the best of it. I got an interesting picture to show you. Children and animals usually make the best of everything. It's all us grown-ups that wandering around complaining about the weather. Kids are always happy to see the first snow, and it was kind of pretty when you were looking outside this morning. It's when you had to try to get out there and drive to work. Roads were slippery. Roads are going to be slippery again tomorrow morning, so take heed. As we look at the satellite picture right now, we did have a little bit of a snow running through all of Alberta. It's moved off into Saskatchewan now. There's still some light flurries around for us in Alberta, but that is changing over the next little while for us. Still dealing with that area of cold Arctic air that has been making it seem like winter for us for the last little while, starting to push off to the north where it belongs. So there's where the cool air is now. Got sort of a stationary boundary that's slowly but surely moving out of our region, and it's all due to a couple of areas of low pressure that are moving off the coast of BC now. It's where all the rain came from for the coastal regions, but you can see sort of that cloud movement. Everything is coming up towards Alberta from the southeast. That's where our moisture is coming from. That's where the snow came from today, and that's now moved off into Saskatchewan. But that general flow from the southwest and the south and the southeast circling around that low pressure system, it's going to bring warmer air for us over the next couple of days. We will get some clearing, we will see some sunshine, and we'll get even above seasonal temperatures. So slowly but surely, as the week progresses, things are going to get quite nice for the weekend. So here's what we have in store for us tomorrow. Look at that. Everyone is going to be above zero. We're not talking wind chills anymore. It's going to be quite pleasant. A little bit cloudy still.